gave our first national award for teaching excellence in 2008. The award recognizes a select group of college and university teachers who excel at teaching in the areas of journalism and mass communication history, make a positive impact on student learning, and offer an outstanding example for other educators. Former students of this year's winner tell the same story according to his colleagues. He opened their eyes to an area of mass communication research they might not have considered. He pushed them to do things they never thought they could accomplish, and he ignited a spark in them that spurred them to join the ranks of journalism historians. One of his own students went on, "Having him as a teacher has made an everlasting impact on my life. His influence has shaped my career, and he will continue to shape the lives of countless students through those of us who pass on what we've learned from him." One of the judges of this year's competition wrote that this individual's commitment to his students is evidenced every time she comes to AJHA, picks up a journal in media history, or opens a text to teach from in her own history of mass communication class. The winner of the National Teaching Award is David Sloan.
Emailed me back in the summer that I'd been nominated. I thought, I have a chance, that if no one else is nominated. Because I can think of a lot of people who are much more qualified teachers than I am. And many of you are in this room, and all of you would be deserving of this. Well, as you know, with awards, it's never one person, it's the people you work with. So I've got to take a couple of minutes, if you'll bear with me, to thank some people. And I want to be sure that I remember that when I received my Academy Award. Well, you know, I would say I really enjoy research, but teaching, as you know, is very fulfilling. And so I'd like to thank a number of people who've been involved with my teaching over the years. First of all, though, I want to say, whoever nominated me, I appreciate it. And I don't know who that is. Barbara, I don't think you mentioned that there's actually a money prize that goes with this. And whoever nominated me, if you'll see me afterwards, I'll take you for lunch. But it's going to stop when the number reaches 10. I do have a limited amount of money. Well, first of all, I want to thank I'll say my friends who wrote supporting letters. Jennifer Greer, who's chair of the journalism department at the University of Alabama. And I would be tempted to say she is just wonderful as a chair, but then some of you might, if you're looking for a chair, you might think, hey, there's someone at Alabama where she is lousy. She just writes very good supporting letters, but she is very wonderful. Butler Kane, who has been to this convention and is in his first year of teaching. I met Butler when actually he was a sophomore and took my reporting class. And from the beginning, I knew he was different because he's the only student I've ever had who, from the day he was in my class to now, he refers to me as Doc. Which is, I thought, okay, this guy, there's something about him. And then my good friend and colleague, Carly Gower. Carly, would you raise your hand? People know that she was back. Oh, there she is. Okay, just very wonderful. All of them have been very supportive of me during the years, not just in this nomination, but on a daily basis. Members of the Education Committee, and I want to particularly mention Barbara, because from the time she emailed me indicating I was nominated through letting me know about the award, and then afterwards, she has just been the most gracious person that I can remember ever coming in contact with. So thank you very much. I happen to be very fortunate to teach at a university where people appreciate media history, and in our college we have about a dozen faculty members who specialize in history. And it's really much easier to teach in a place like that where you know you're getting support from other people. And you know many of these, but I thought I would again mention some who are here. Carla Gower again, Carol Cooper, whom I've known since she was a graduate student in the AJHA. George Daniels, who somehow shows that he's not an historian, but he still comes to these conventions. And I have known George, believe it or not, since he was a graduate student at Georgia, unrelated to media history. And then the newest member of our faculty in history, Kristen Heflin. Kristen, I think you came in, didn't you? Yes, back here. We actually have 4 people on our advertising PR faculty who are historians. Well, I'd like to say I'm a wonderful teacher, and all of this is to my credit. But I'll have to say the key to being a good teacher is having good students. The way you turn out a good graduate is to begin with a good student. And so I've had, I'd say, more than my share of good students over the years. And I would especially like to thank those who are here. Many of them you know. And I just figure, you know, with these type of students, who could go wrong? Burnell Tripp, is Burnell? Julie Williams, David Davies. I mean, these are famous people, aren't they? Lisa Parcell, Erica Probanik. And I'm going to mention someone here who I guess I'm really fudging when I'm claiming her as my student. Vanessa Murphy, who actually worked on her master's degree with me. And I've said, you know, I love teaching. I've had a wonderful career, very few regrets. One of them is that Vanessa did not get her PhD with us. And it continues. Diane Bragg is in our PhD program now. And like these others, she is a fantastic student. Okay, then just so that I was not have a really terrible flight home, I'm going to mention someone else, my wife. She's the shortest person who attends the convention. And she's also always the last person to get on the bus after these. You know, if you're married, you know how important it is to have a compatible spouse. And Joanne and I have always had common interests. We met when we were 19, got married when we were 19, when we were sophomores. And I wondered at times, how did she look at me and say, I think he would be a good husband? Because I sure would not have thought that. But she knows more about history than I do. She knows more about literature than I do. And she's always gotten along with my students better than I do. But anyway, I appreciate this very much, and I'm very honored by it. So thank you very much.